also know that there's two ways that your body produces heat. So there's voluntary and involuntary. So voluntary would be like exercise, like, exercising, you're producing heat. And then involuntary, which is like shivering and non-shivering thermologist, which is an action of the hormones. So when you're exercising, this is a graph. This is your sweat rate in a hot and humid environment. And this is your sweat rate in a cold environment. And when you're exercising in a hot and humid environment, your core temperature just increases the more minutes you work, the more it increases. And your core temperature in cold, like when you're exercising in the cold, it like increases to a slight extent and then it just maintains pretty much. And then exercising in the heat results in faster muscle fatigue than if you were to exercise in a cool environment. Also, pre-cooling the body before exercise performance in the heat, it lowers the body temperature and has been shown to improve your performance. So when it comes to heat, adaptations in the heat. So the first is increased plasma volume, which is an important one. Earlier onset of sweating, and then higher sweat rate, So when you have a dehydration of 1 to 2 of your body weight, that can impair your performance. So don't have that dehydration. So more sport drinks are superior to water for rehydration. So when exercising in the heat, you need to know central nervous system dysfunction. So it's a decreased motivation, reduced voluntary activation of motor units. And then there's cardiovascular dysfunction. So it's a reduced stroke volume, decreased cardiac output during high intensity exercise, and a decreased muscle blood flow. Yeah. Lastly, there's accelerated muscle fatigue. So it's an increased radical production, decreased muscle pH, and then muscle glycogen depletion. So in summary, you should know exercise in hot and humid puts extra stress on your body, risk for serious illness, increases your body core temperature. To help cool itself, your body sends more blood to circulate through your skin. So there is negative impact on exercise performance in a hot and humid environment. So the negative impacts is accelerated muscle fatigue, cardiovascular dysfunction, central nervous system dysfunction. These are the negative impacts. Also, heat acclimation occurs around 7 to 40 days. So that is why in the World Cup, teams usually come like 2 weeks before the World Cup to train in that. So exercise in a cold environment reduces the chance of heat injury. That improves cold tolerance and increases risk of hypothermia. So cold temperatures can impact sports performance. For example, your hands get exposed to cold temperatures and they become numb. And then, let's get down for this. A reduction in the rate of neurotransmitters. That's how that happens. And then those reduced blood flow to the hands. So that results in loss of dexterity, whatever you say that word, and negatively impacts motor skill. But with proper clothing and an increased metabolic heat production during exercise reduces the risk of hypothermia. So layer up. So for cold acclimations, you have a lower skin temperature, and that is what having a lower skin temperature makes shivering happen. And then Adaptations for cold acclimations begin in 1 week.